What's going on, guys? Hello and welcome to the Flying Clutch channel. My name is Brandon and today I'm going to be giving you my range review on my Aero Precision M5 chambered in .308 Winchester. Now, I did do a video on this rifle already. If you haven't seen it, I will try to link it up here somewhere on the screen. But I did mention that I started having some short stroking issues after I hit, roughly the 50 round mark. Now, I'm going to talk about how that ended up resolving itself, and I'm going to give you some of my impressions on accuracy and, how it ended up running just overall. I am going to be shooting a watermelon at some point later in the video, and also a gallon water jug, right at about 70-75 yards, something like that. So you get to see what a 308 does at range to something that's filled with water. So, if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, feel free to stick around and we'll get started. So these were actually the first few shots of the day, and I really wasn't positive that they were going to cycle given that I had been having malfunctions prior to this, but as it turns out they were being caused by a hard deposit of grit that had gathered in the chamber. Not sure if it was the ammo I was using or just some dirt that got into the chamber, but after cleaning that out and lubing up the bolt carrier group heavily, the rifle ran perfectly. I guess the grit was kind of grinding on the cases and causing the bolt carrier action to slow down while it was trying to cycle. But after it started functioning, I was able to put down a 10 round group, about 0.8 inches of a spread at 75 yards. Given that I'm using a mil-spec trigger, I'm a horrible long-range shooter, and this was really inexpensive M80 ball ammo from Bullets First. I couldn't be happier with the result. Now, unfortunately, I didn't actually get a chance to walk downrange and take a picture of the target with that group on it, so feel free not to believe me, but I'm pretty happy with that performance, and hopefully once I get a better trigger thrown into this and start working up my own 308 loads, I'm hoping I can get it tuned a little bit better and, see if I can tighten those groups up even further. Now, I do feel like I should mention that after I fixed what was causing the malfunctions, the recoil increased pretty substantially. And as you'll see here in a second, the concussive blast is very, very dramatic with this muzzle brake. But yeah, I do feel that the recoil is about maybe 3 times that of a 5.56 as opposed to just slightly more like I said previously. Still very manageable for a 308. So, overall, the rifle ran really, really well. I even got to, shoot a little bit quickly with it, and, it was the cycling as fast as I could pull the trigger, so that's about as good as you can ask for, I suppose. The one thing I did want to mention is I do have the Midwest Industries handguard, like I showed in the previous video, and it uses the old school style, mil-spec barrel nut that has those spokes on it that you need to line up so you can get your gas tube into the gas port on the receiver. And the only way that it is secured to the barrel nut is using the 2 Allen bolts that are right here. I tightened them down pretty darn well, but the instructions said to use the supplied green Loctite type material to adhere the handguard to the barrel nut and keep it from slipping off. I didn't do that. I should have listened, I didn't. But what ended up happening after I got about, maybe 120 or so rounds downrange was the handguard actually started to shift forward. I noticed that at about half an inch, put about 5 more rounds through it, and it turned into 3/4 of an inch. So I packed it up for the rest of the day because, of course, I forgot my tools. You know, given that I have close to 200 rounds out of this thing already, I can say so far I'm really happy with it. I did also want to mention that I did pick up a lower receiver stripped recently, and I already have picked up a 13.7-inch barrel from Ballistic Advantage, so hopefully in the next couple months I'll throw up a build video on that. Alright, well that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching if you did make it this far. Please leave any questions down in the comments section below, or feel free to tell me how much you hate my beard, or how much you loathe the AR platform, or whatever else it is that you want to complain about that day. Other than that, you know, drop a like on the video if you liked it, and feel free to subscribe to the channel. Like I mentioned, I do have some more gun content coming soon, so yeah, keep shooting and have a great day. My phone is soaked.